You went to lunch, CI broke, build 4291 failed. 5 minutes later, Claude shipped the fix. Here's how. Your developer workflow has dozens of recurring chores. CI status checks, pull request reviews, dependency updates, log monitoring, every day. Some you do at 9 am, some you do at 5 pm. Some you forget for a week, then panic when something breaks. The truth is, most of these don't need you. They need a process that runs on a schedule, catches the small failures, drafts the small fixes, surfaces only the things that actually need a human. That's what Claude can do if you give it two things, a skill and a loop. Start with the skill. In Claude, a skill is a folder with one file, SKILL.md. That markdown file tells Claude what to do, its name, its instructions, the tools it should reach for. Imagine a skill called watch CI. Its SKILL.md says check the latest build. If it failed, find the cause, draft a one commit patch, open a PR. If everything's green, log and move on. That's the whole skill. No subprocess, no glue code, just instructions Claude reads. The first time you call it, Claude reads that file, picks the tools it needs, follows the steps. A skill is the smallest reliable unit of work you can name and repeat. Now the second piece, loop. Loop wraps any skill in an interval. You give it three things. The interval, the skill, done 5 minutes watch CI, 1 hour log monitor, daily PR audit. Claude takes that and runs the inner skill on every tick. 5 minutes, 1 hour, every Monday. Whatever you tell it. The clever bit, loop doesn't care what the inner skill does. It's a universal cron for Claude. You write a skill once, and loop turns it into a recurring habit. To build any watch skill from scratch, open a project folder, empty. No skill yet. Type the intent. Build me a skill that checks GitHub actions for the latest failed build. If it failed, find the cause. Draft a one commit patch on a fixed branch. Open a PR, run the tests. Report the result. Claude reads that, generates a SKILL.md, shows what it's about to write. Here's the file. Top, a frontmatter block with the skill's name, its description, and the triggers that should activate it. Middle, the step-by-step instructions Claude will follow. Bottom, the tools the skill is allowed to use. Save it, skills/watchci/SKILL.md, call the skill once. To test, Claude reads the file, goes to GitHub, pulls the latest build, green, nothing to do. Logs that fact, finishes. Now force a failure, a broken commit lands, the build fails. Call the skill again. Claude pulls the latest build 4291, failed. Cause missing environment variable, Sentry DSN, Claude drafts a patch. Branch fix/cinv. One commit adds the variable to the deployment config, pushes the branch, opens PR 918. Claude waits for tests. 2 minutes later, tests green, auto, merges to main. The whole thing took 4 minutes. By hand, this is 20 minutes of context switching across 3 tools. Skill works, but it still needs you to fire it. That's the part Claude shouldn't need. That's where loop comes in. Type loop 5 minutes, watch CI once. Hit return. Claude logs loop started, interval every 5 minutes, skill, watch CI, 12 o'clock, first tick, build 4288 green, 1205, tick 2, build 4289 green, 1210, tick 3, build 4290 green, I go to lunch, 1215, tick 4, build 4291, failed, cause missing NVVAR, patch drafted, tests green, PR merged, main is clean, I come back from lunch at 12:45. Open the terminal. Claude has been running the loop the whole time. 6 ticks, 1 catch, 1 auto merge. I didn't lift a finger. Wrap any skill in loop, and Claude turns it into a recurring agent. Forever. On whatever cadence you choose. That same pattern works for almost anything. 3 more examples. 1. PR audit, daily at 9 am. Claude scans every open PR, checks for unaddressed review comments, finds the ones older than 2 days, surfaces them with a short summary. By the time you sit down, you know exactly which PRs need attention. 2. Inbox triage. Every 30 minutes. Claude checks unread Slack mentions and Gmail threads. Drafts replies for the simple ones. Flags the urgent. Skips the noise. Your inbox sorts itself. 3. Log monitor every 5 minutes. Claude tails your production logs. Scans for new error patterns. Pages you only when something actually spikes. No false alarms, no buried critical errors. 3 skills, 3 loops, different cadences, different jobs, same pattern. That's the principle. A skill is a markdown file that tells Claude what to do. Loop runs that skill on whatever interval you choose. The combination, skill plus loop, is the universal pattern for hands-free Claude. Build it once, loop it forever. CI checks, PR audits, inbox triage, log monitoring, dependency triage, status reports. The boring chores that own your day. You went to lunch. Claude shipped the fix. That's not a trick. That's a skill and a loop. Doing what they were built for. If you build a skill plus loop combo, drop it in the comments. Subscribe. Next episode, we build a skill that audits your own skills.